we might be getting our first real glimpse of the Carolina Panthers' next phase, because for the first time in over a month, the silence finally broke. From the podiums at the 2026 NFL Scouting Combine, Carolina Panthers general manager Dan Morgan and head coach Dave Canales gave fans something we've been waiting for: clarity. They touched on free agency, they talked draft priorities, and in a few moments, they quietly reshaped expectations for the 2026 season. So let's break it all down, because some of what we heard on Tuesday, it matters more than it might seem at first glance. Let's start in the middle of the defense, where change is clearly coming. Inside linebacker has been a problem area for Carolina for years, and Morgan didn't sugarcoat it. He made it clear the Panthers plan to attack the position, in free agency, the draft, or both, with a very specific profile in mind: leaders, playmakers, and culture fits. That's notable, especially with Christian Rozeboom set to hit free agency after leading the team in tackles, and Trevin Wallace still battling durability issues early in his career. This feels less like adding depth and more like a signal that competition, and possibly a reset, is on the way at linebacker. Now, shifting to the offensive line, and a sigh of relief. Morgan offered an encouraging update on left tackle Ike Ekwonu after his devastating knee injury in the playoff loss to the Los Angeles Rams. The surgery went well, the recovery is progressing, and most importantly, ICK is in good spirits. There's still no firm timeline, but Morgan made one thing crystal clear. Regardless of Ekwonu's status, the Panthers were always planning to invest heavily in the offensive line. Depth, competition, protection. That philosophy isn't changing. And speaking of competition, things could get very interesting behind center. Morgan confirmed the team wants to bring in another quarterback to compete behind Bryce Young, whether through free agency, the draft, or both. Which brings Andy Dalton into focus. Dalton, now 38 and entering the final year of his contract, knows exactly what's coming. This isn't personal, it's business, and it signals that Carolina is serious about protecting itself at the most important position in football. But the biggest revelation of the day? It came from Canales. Despite earlier indications, he has decided to step away from offensive play-calling duties. That responsibility now shifts to offensive coordinator Brad Idzik. Canales framed the move as strategic, a way to better influence the entire team while allowing Idzik to fully bring his offensive vision to life on game days. It's a bold decision, and one that could define this offense moving forward. Finally, there's a new voice in the room. Canales spoke glowingly about the addition of veteran offensive mind Darrell Bevell, highlighting the influence Bevell brings from his time with the Miami Dolphins and from coaching trees tied to Mike McDaniel and Kyle Shanahan. Explosive plays, operational efficiency, modern offensive wrinkles. The core stays the same, but the Panthers are clearly looking to evolve. So when you zoom out, this wasn't just a routine media availability. This was a roadmap, targeted roster upgrades, internal accountability, and a quiet but confident reshaping of how this team plans to compete in 2026. The foundation is being set. Now the question is, will the execution match the vision? Let us know what stood out to you from Panthers Media Day. And if you're locked in for everything Carolina this offseason, hit like, subscribe, and stick with us for more draft breakdowns, free agency updates, and roster moves. Because once again, it feels like something new is building in Carolina. Keep pounding.